the Aurora Knights, and our host, the Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Sportsmanship is all about respecting the game, each other and yourselves, so please enjoy the game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please stand and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare above bursting green air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the hope of the
Now let's meet the lineup for tonight's contest. First, for the Knights, at guard number 4, Sioux senior Caleb Brookings. At guard number 5, Sioux senior Austin Turbine. At guard number 10, 6-foot junior Mason Clark. At forward number 13, 6'4", senior Jackson Georgia. And then number 20, 6'5", senior John. Then the coach of Jared Brody, who is assisted by Alex Haley, Sam Jacobson, Pat Pringle, and Lisa Pringle. And now to the Bobcats, but first the cheerleaders. Tiana McClement. Lucy Simmonsma, Kate Struck, Anya White, Logan Griggle, Katie Marshall, Quinn Kirkendall, and Chloe Farmer. The Bobcats cheerleaders head coach is Hannah Simmonsma. And now before we meet the Bobcat starters, here are tonight's Future Bobcats, brought to you by the Brookings Basketball Association. Starting at 1, the Future Bobcat is a 3rd grader from Hillcrest Elementary. Let's meet Tatum, the defender, Davis. Tatum's favorite team is the Jackrabbits, and he loves a good Swedish meatball and mashed potatoes. When he grows up, he wants to be a farmer and a tire guy. Next up, starting at another junior Bobcat, 1st grader, Oakland, the Dunker, Davis. Oakland hails from Hillcrest Elementary, and she loves a good bowl of soup. After she breaks all the Bobcat Hoops records, she plans to attend SDSU, where she will start her training to be a veterinarian. And now, here we starting lineup for the Bobcats. At guard number 2, a 6'2" junior, Joel Hunter. At guard number 3, a 6'2" junior, Brody by Sheriff Jennifer, Jill Ferguson, and Carter Cole.
High school. And his 20th year as head coach with the Sioux Falls Catholic school system right now as well, or this year as well. So he's got plenty of notches on that belt. So jumping it up for the Bobcats going to be Bergen Tetzloff, the 6'5 junior, going up against John Lent, the 6'5 senior for O'Gorman. O'Gorman going right to left from our vantage point here in the Dallas Cole broadcast booth. Bobcats going back left to right. Here's the opening tip. It is controlled by Brookings. Hunnemer has it. He goes in the backcourt for Kaler. Almost passed it out of bounds. Kaler has to chase it down. And that would have been a fitting start for Brookings after last night. Heard Coach McCarty talking in the pregame interview about taking care of the basketball being one of the keys tonight. Hunnemer, top of the key for Kaler. Left side for McCarty through the lane and stops. Goes out on the wing for Kaler. Top of the key to McCarty. Dribbles, picks it up, goes right wing for Hunnemer. Hunnemer dribbles top of the key, pass left wing now for Bauer. Bauer drops it in for Tetzloff, who gets it tipped away from behind on the entry pass by John Lent. Just reached around and picked it away. Stays with the Bobcats. 5 on the shot clock. McCarty to inbound underneath, left side, gets it into Kaler in the corner. He goes in for Tetzloff. It's tipped away again. Tetzloff grabs it. He heaves it up, but it's going to be off the mark. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Good defensive possession to open the game for the O'Gorman Knights. So you see a concerted effort trying to get it into the lane, and O'Gorman just denying them on that first trip.
Yeah, you like the patience from Brookings. Weren't really trying to force anything in there early, like you mentioned. Just good defense there by the Knights, but still a good offensive move there by the Bobcats.
Clark goes to, I'm going to call Austin Terveen. Austin, top of the key to Clark. He dribbles, goes in the corner, and that's for Caleb Terveen. I'll call him Caleb. We've got a foul though on the pass on the floor. It's going to go on Bergen Tetzloff. They do not want to get him in foul trouble early on. He's a big, aggressive player, and when he fouls, it's usually pretty obvious because he's so strong. Sometimes even when he doesn't foul, it looks as though he did. Austin dribbles into the lane, kicks it into the right baseline. John Lent, a 15-footer, in and out on the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bauer, out to Hunnemer. Hunnemer across the timeline, picks it up, left hash area, lobs it to Tetzloff in the front court. 10 feet away, picks it up, goes top of the key for McCarty. McCarty jab steps, dribbles down the right side of the lane, spins into the lane, and was going to go up and under, gets it tipped away. Another tip away by John Lent. And it sticks with the Bobcats, but Lent bothering the passing lanes and the driving lanes. He's giving up driving for Lent. Sorry, had to do it. Had to try it. Didn't work, I know. Left wing, it is Kaler. Dribbles to the baseline, reverses, picks it up, goes on the wing for Bauer. Bauer dribbles toward the corner. He'll go in the backcourt for Kaler. Oh, he passed it right side, and McCarty was going back door, and Kaler passed it behind him out of bounds to the near sideline, and it's a turnover for Brookings. Those unforced errors is what Coach McCarty was talking about in the pregame. Bringing it across, Clark to start things off for O'Gorman. Still scoreless here. Left wing to Caleb, down to Austin. Back out to Caleb, to Austin in the corner. Back out to Caleb, to Austin. This is a two-man game. The Twins passing back and forth. They get it into Jackson Bjork when he dribbles, spins, pass is tipped away and now stolen by Hunnemer. Good defense by the Bobcats. Hunnemer dribbles to the right wing. He's going to be fouled in the backcourt by Caleb Terveen. First foul of the night for the O'Gorman Knights. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports. Hunnemer will inbound. And he'll get it into the wing. Tetzloff. Tetzloff goes in the backcourt for Kaler to start things off here. Guarded by Clark. Man-to-man defense for O'Gorman. Clark picks it away from Kaler, takes it all the way up to the other end, and left it short. Good job sticking with it by Kaler, but he allows an offensive rebound by Austin Terveen. His putback is good, and he's fouled by Kaler. Kaler did a good job not giving up the easy bucket, but then was unable to secure the rebound. Drew Johnson quickly up off the bench for Brookings. He'll spell John Kaler after giving up the turnover and the bucket. 2-0 O'Gorman. Bucket by Austin Terveen. He is at the free throw line. 72% free throw shooter on the season and knocks that one down. 3-0 O'Gorman. Bobcats seeing a little token pressure on the inbound pass. And now McCarty will bring it up, dribbles to the left wing, gets a pick, and we're looking for the pick and roll, but unable to complete it. In the corner to Hunemer, back to McCarty, looking into Tetzloff, gets it to him above the left block, who takes it up strong on the power dribble. Little jump hook goes for Tetzloff, and the Bobcats get it inside and they score. Right wing to Austin, now top of the key to Clark, dribbles down the center of the lane, drives it up, lays it up with the left hand, it rolls around and drops for Mason Clark, his first bucket. 5-2, O'Gorman. We've got left wing, it is Hunemer dribbling top of the key, pass right side for Johnson. Johnson dribbles top of the key, left open, gonna hoist, and knock down a three. Ties it at 5s here with just under 5 to go in the first quarter. Backcourt, they go right side for Clark, who dribbles down the lane, drew the defenders, dropped it off for his teammate Lett, but it's blocked and stolen away by Tetzloff. Good defense. On the other end, top of the key, it is McCarty. Dribbles, leaves on the wing for Johnson, down in the corner for McCarty. McCarty goes right wing for Hunemer, goes in for Tetzloff, a dangerous pass, but he comes up with it, and he's got a wide open lane to the bucket. He lays it in easily. 7-5 Bobcats.
As soon as he threw that, I thought for sure somebody was coming to take it. Like you said, almost had a little too much loft on him, but that's where that tight end, Bergen Tetzloff, kind of came in. He was going to go up and get the ball for the easy lane.
Good job positioning his body and holding off two defenders and going up and taking it away from him. Now we've got a three from the corner. It is knocked down by Austin Terveen. Again, they're twins, so I may make that mistake again. In the corner, McCarty goes on the wing for Tetzloff. Tetzloff dribbles back to McCarty in the corner. He's going to hoist a three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Clark. And he'll bring it up for O'Gorman. Left side of the lane, a stutter dribble. Goes in the backcourt, left side for Austin. Now to Caleb. Caleb back to Austin in the corner. He'll hoist. And hit the rim twice, no good. Rebound batted to the near baseline. Grabbed by McCarty. And he'll dribble it up for Brookings. McCarty goes right wing for Bauer. Bauer gets it tipped away by Austin, and now it's taken away. Back up to Austin. They get it. He's got a wide open layup on the other end with the left hand off the board. He's got 8 quick points here for O'Gorman of the 10, and they lead 10-7. McCarty into the front court. Picks it up outside the right block. Passes on the wing for Bauer. Bauer goes top of the key for Tetzloff. Back to the basket. Goes right wing for McCarty. McCarty drives. We've got a whistle away from the basket, or the ball rather. Underneath the basket. It's going to go, I believe, on Austin Terveen, and it will. So that'll be the first on Austin. Second of the quarter for O'Gorman. Bauer sitting down, and coming in going to be Gavin Smith. Clark and Bjorkman sitting down, and into the game, Nyan Dutt. And looking for the other number, looks like it is number 30, Tatum Mooney. Top of the key, Johnson goes left wing for McCarty. 15-foot jumper from the elbow extended goes for McCarty. It's got to feel good. Been struggling with his jump shot of late. Get one to go through, maybe that'll start something.
Exactly, only 6 points last night. Brookings is a guy, is someone he needs to rely on, so good start for Brody there to see that first one go in.
Camden Sissy into the game as well. Dribbles top of the key, goes in the corner for Austin. Austin dribbles, goes in the backcourt now for Mooney. Mooney. Dribbling, goes right side to Sissy, and now he goes on the wing for Dutt, who puts up a deep three, no good. Stick back, no good for Austin. And the rebound comes down for Tetzloff. Gets it out to Hunemer. Hunemer, stutter dribble to the right wing, hands off for Drew Johnson. Going to hoist another three and hit another one. He is at no rim on his 2 3-pointers. He's got 6, and he's got the Bobcats up a deuce, 12-10.
And again, he's a great shooter. He was 0 for 6 last night, and again, it's just one of those nights where it wasn't going your way. Tonight it is. He's 2 for 2, like you mentioned, hasn't touched the rim. Huge bucket there by Drew to give the Cats a 2-point lead.
Austin misses a 3 from the corner off the front of the rim, rebounded by McCarty. He brings it up, top of the key, goes in the corner for Smith. Smith dribbles, goes to Tetzloff on the wing. Top of the key for McCarty. Jab steps, dribbles to the wing now. Gets it ripped away by Dutt. Dutt takes it up to the other end, going to take it up and lay it in as Tetzloff wisely lets it go. He didn't want to commit another foul. We're tied up at a dozen apiece. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall for being a sponsor here. Right wing, McCarty almost lost it. Gets it in the corner for Hunemer, a 3. Nothing but net for Hunemer. And the Bobcats starting to heat it up from outside. If they can continue shooting like this, you got to like their chances. In the backcourt, Sissy Goes right wing now for Mooney. Mooney in the corner for Dutt. Back out to Mooney. Mooney dribbles into the lane. He's going to try to split the double team. He'll get the foul call. And Tetzloff, lucky that wasn't on him. And it went on Hunnemer instead. It'll be his first. Would have been the second on Bergen. Bauer and Kaler back in. Sitting down going to be Johnson and Tetzloff. Sitting down are going to be Austin Terveen and John Lent. For O'Gorman. Back in Caleb Terveen and Jackson Bjorkman. Sissy, or rather, that's Mooney inbounding. He goes right wing for Caleb. Caleb dribbles into the front court, gets all the way to the hoop. He got past Hunnemer out top, and he puts it up and in off the window. And he cuts it to one. 15-14. Bobcats with the lead. Kaler going to dribble it up court. He's going to be fouled as Mooney didn't like the call, but he had his hands on him. They call it touchy, but you weren't touching him.
No, ESD,
you ride him up.
hands off.
Yeah, you can't ride him up the court. If that contact happens and then you let go right away, maybe. 1 minute to go, 1 point game. Bobcats with the lead in the ball. Hunnemer gets it across the timeline for Smith. Back to Hunnemer. In the left hash. Back to Smith now. Start the offense. Dribbles to the right wing. Hands off for Johnson. Top of the key for Kaler. Kaler looks inside. Nothing there. Right wing for Smith. Down in the corner. Johnson. Pump fakes. The backcourt pass is taken away by Sissy. He's up on the other end all the way in the lane, and he'll lay it in. Off the glass, and O'Gorman has the lead back. 16-15. Coming up on 30 seconds to play here, first quarter. I want to say thanks to Bo's Construction for being a sponsor. Taylor, top of the key, dribbles to the left elbow, kicks it on the wing. Johnson going to hoist again, and knocks down another one. He hit the rim that time, but it still went through as it rolls in. Third three-pointer of the first quarter for Drew Johnson.
Not sure what he was doing hitting the rim on that one.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with himself. Right wing, go top of the key for Sissy. Back right wing now for Mooney. As they're holding for one. Inside 10 to play here, first quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a fine sponsor. Down in the corner it is Jackson Bjorkman who hoists, and he knocks one down from the corner just before the buzzer. And that'll give the O'Gorman Knights a 1 point edge as we head in between the first and quarter break here. First and second quarter break. 19-18 O'Gorman, back in 60 seconds with the second quarter. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Alongside Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine. Appreciate you joining us here. After one quarter of play, the Bobcats trail by 19-18. Keeping an eye on the girls game down in Sioux Falls. They trail 23-6. Sissy on the right wing, goes in the backcourt to Clark, left wing now. Caleb for three, no good, rebounded by Tetzloff. Now it's stolen away by Sissy. Out top of the key, a three is up and no good for number 13, Jackson Bjorkman. A rebound is finally secured by Bauer. Up ahead to McCarty. Now to Kaler. He goes in the corner for Smith. Smith dribbles on the baseline, reverses back out, goes top of the key for Bauer. He leaves for McCarty. So now it's stolen in the backcourt again, and coming away with his Dutt. He's trying to line it up for a dunk, and he does throw it down. 21-18, O'Gorman with the lead. Kaler brings it up for the Bobcats. They have these spells where they give up easy buckets over a shorter period of time. They're going to have to avoid that here. Turnaround jumper, no good in the lane for Tetzloff. Up ahead, they go to Dutt. Dutt in the lane quickly. He scores again off the miss And you heard Coach McCarty talking about that in the pregame as well, saying we've got to cut down on the transition points. Gave up a lot last night against T. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout. 6:52 to play in the second quarter. And all of a sudden, a 5-point lead for O'Gorman, 23-18 here. Want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. It just seems like the Bobcats have these short stints where they just kind of fall apart a little bit, and then they get themselves in a big hole.
They do, and again, the turnovers that we've seen so far tonight, it's a lot of steals from O'Gorman, almost near half court, and then it's just wide open transition layups for them with almost no defenders. Brookings with 8 turnovers here so far through the first quarter. So again, a lot of those turnovers, like I mentioned, just kind of getting their pockets picked right at half court, and for layups, we've seen Dutt with 2 straight layups. So again, you're right in it. You're only down 5, but you got to limit those turnovers, which has resulted in some easy baskets for the Knights.
You get the feeling McCarty is saying we don't want him to have another one of those stretches, so we're going to call a timeout and try to quell the momentum. A turnover right underneath the hoop. He gave it right to Dutt, did Taylor, and it's an easy bucket. It's a 7-point lead now, largest of the night. Taylor, double team, passes over it to McCarty. McCarty up ahead to Bauer. He goes left side in the backcourt for Taylor, who brings it across. And we're going to get a 10-second call before he does. We heard Coach McCarty saying in the pregame interview that O'Gorman doesn't press as much as T does, but you got a feeling that they watched last night's game and they got an idea from the tape.
Oh, exactly. And again, they didn't start the game with pressing, but they've done it here the last few possessions. And as we've seen the turnovers that they've caused from it, you can only expect them to stay in that press, resulting right there in a 10-second violation.
Clark goes in the corner for Caleb. Back out to Clark. Right side, Sissy. Sissy goes in the corner now for Caleb. Back out to Sissy. Left wing, Clark. Gets that zone against the Bobcats. Now they switch to zone. Dribble in. Kick it into the corner, and a 3 for Caleb, no good off the front of the rim. McCarty with the rebound for the Bobcats. He'll bring it up. He's on the right wing now. He hands off for Bauer. Bauer picks it up. Look back door, nothing there. In the backcourt he goes for Taylor. Taylor picks up his dribble, just dribbled once and picked it up. Now he goes left side for Smith. Smith dribbles near the sideline, dribbles against Sissy. Passes right wing for McCarty. McCarty's going to hoist. Knocks down a 3. The Bobcats shooting well from deep. That cuts it to 4, 25-21. That's helped keep them hanging around here.
5 of 6 from 3 helps a lot.
Down in the corner, Caleb. He goes cross court, top of the key for Clark. Down in the corner, Dutt going to hoist. No good short. And on the rebound, it's tipped away from Tetzloff by Caleb. He goes in the backcourt for Sissy. O'Gorman keeps it. In the lane, they go for Bjorkman, who hauls it in finally and then puts it up and it rolls in. It's a couple of spots at the rim and drops. 27-21 O'Gorman. McCarty brings it across the timeline, dribbles to the wing, hands off on the left side for Kaler. Kaler picks it up, bounces it in for Tetzloff, who dribbles, spins, and puts it up and got the foul call. Referee was waiting to see if the ball went in. The bench and the crowd of O'Gorman thought it was a late whistle, and it was. I think he was just waiting to see if the ball went in. Bjorkman picks up his first of the quarter for O'Gorman. Tetzloff, a 71% free throw shooter on the year, misses that one. Averages 10.5 points per game as well. Averages over 6 rebounds as well a game. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a fine sponsor of high school sports. Taylor sits down, Drew Johnson back in for Brookings. 5 minutes to play, first quarter. Second free throw, Tetzloff misses them both. Rebounded by Dutt, he gets it off for Clark. Clark brings it up. Top of the key, he goes left wing for Sissy, pump fakes, dribbles baseline, back out to Clark. Holds on, gets that 2-3 zone. They've got Tetzloff, top part of that zone, one of the top positions. Clark dribbles into the traffic, throws up a wild shot, just caught the rim, otherwise Tetzloff would have had the rebound. Somehow Bauer steals it away from Lent. The Bobcats have it. Johnson right wing, in the backcourt for Bauer. Right side now, Hunnemer. Hunnemer dribbles to the free throw line. He leaves for McCarty, who dribbles in the lane, spins, and he is going to be called for a travel. And that was an incorrect call.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
It was just a spin move. It was a nice move, too. Goes to the right, and then he did a nice spin move to the left. No travel about it, but.
And he was still dribbling when he blew the whistle, so I'm just very confused. Bobcats trail by 6. 4:15 to go in the second quarter. In the backcourt they go for Mebius, now left wing for Caleb, down into Austin in the corner, back out to Caleb. Mebius in the backcourt, working against that zone. Left wing to Caleb, tried to bounce it inside, and it's stolen away by Bauer. It was intended for Lent. Good defense by Bauer. Just came around to the front side, tipped it away. Right wing pass, Johnson, holding it above his head, goes in the corner now for Hunnemer. Hunnemer going to hoist. They've been shooting well. That one no good. Weak side board, grabbed by Lent. Had to chase it down to the far corner after tipping it. And he gives it up for Mebius now. Mebius will dribble it across at center court. Coming up on 3.5 to play. Left wing, Caleb. Down top of the key now. Mebius back to Caleb. To Mebius. He'll swing it right side now for Austin. Top of the key, Caleb. Left wing. And that is a 3, no good for Caleb. And the rebound on the putback is good for Dutt. Since he's been on the floor, he's been on a tear.
Yeah, 8 points this quarter for Dutt, all coming in the paint, a lot of them being layups. He's just a guy you got to keep an eye on because he's a great scorer.
Got to get a body on him. He's a good athlete. Left wing, Hunnemer dribbles into the front court, picks it up, goes in the backcourt right side for Bauer. Bauer going to dribble. Goes left wing for McCarty. He'll hoist a 3. No good. Air mailed it. On the rebound, it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jace Bauer of Brookings. Back over to O'Gorman. Want to say thanks to Bauer Services, sponsor of high school sports here. 29-21, O'Gorman with the lead, and they've got the ball. Mebius bringing it up for the Knights. 1-2-2 look there. And 3-pointer no good for Caleb, or rather Austin on the right wing, and it's grabbed by McCarty up to the other end quickly. Dribbles, hands off for Johnson. Johnson dribbling, guarded by Mebius. Picks it up, goes left side for Bauer. Bauer dribbles, goes on the wing for Hunnemer. Hunnemer top of the key for McCarty. McCarty into the front court, takes it in the lane. Tough scoop shot, no good, too strong off the board, but he'll be fouled and go to the line and shoot a couple. So to the line goes McCarty. They catch that foul on. It looks like it was on number 20, John Lent, his first. First free throw is good for McCarty, leading scorer on the team at 12.5 points per game. He's a 50% free throw shooter. He struggled a bit from the line. Got to imagine he's going to improve upon that. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, sponsor of high school sports here. Free throw in and out, no good, so he goes 50% on that trip. That'll keep his average right where it is. Mebius passes left wing for Austin, back to Mebius, swings it right wing now for Mooney. To Mebius, left corner, Austin gonna hoist a 3, no good, rebounded by Tetzloff, gives it off for Bauer. Bauer traveled as Austin Terveen stopped short, and as Bauer went to turn up court, he didn't know anybody was gonna be there, took an extra step, realizing he couldn't dribble. Nice heads-up play by Austin Terveen. Mebius, right wing pass. Top of the key to Mebius. Down in the corner for Austin, top of the key. He goes back to Austin, left wing. Austin dribbles to the left elbow to Mebius. Down in the corner, he goes for Mooney. Mooney dribbles in the front court, goes back door, and finds his man. No good on the shot after he got the defender to fly by. Bjorkman left it short. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. And it's going to go on Brody McCarty. That'll be his first. They're saying it was on the shot. So to the line goes Jackson Bjorkman. Bjorkman, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. Trying to extend a 7-point lead here with 1:50 to go in the second quarter. First free throw is no good. Short. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson, being a sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bjorkman averages over 6.5 points per game as well. Hits that second free throw, and it's an 8-point lead for O'Gorman. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper, sponsoring high school sports here. McCarty will bring it up. Dribbling in the backcourt, left side. He's on the wing, gets a pick from Tetzloff. Now dribbling back and forth, slaloming, goes to the right elbow. He's going to get a foul call, and that's going to be 2 on John Lent. O'Gorman crowd not appreciating it. I thought it was a pretty obvious call.
I thought somebody had kind of yelled at John himself almost more.
Oh, maybe, yeah,
That's
maybe it
what
was.
that
He
one
reached
was
in pretty clearly. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for sponsoring sports here. Minute 37 to go, second quarter. Corner for Bauer, he gets it into Tetzloff, who's going to travel before he took it off, and they got that one right.
Yeah.
It's another one where he looked around like, did I?
Yeah.
Yes, yes he did.
Happy feet.
Yeah. The right idea, though. They got it in the lane. He was going to get a good look. Minute 35 to go here. Want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service for being a sponsor of high school sports. John Lent sitting down with his second foul. Sissy back in for the O'Gorman Knights. Clark will bring it up for O'Gorman. Gets that zone. Is that a 1-2-2? I think it's a 1-2-2. Pretty disguised. Left wing, and Sissy's going to travel before he takes off. He didn't like the call, but they got it right. Hard to tell sometimes when your adrenaline's going and you think you got a lane to the basket.
Yep.
Bobcats ball. They trail by 8. Huntemer goes in the backcourt for McCarty, and we've got a whistle. Bobcats get bailed out there because that was a pass behind McCarty and may have gone out of bounds. So O'Gorman crowd not appreciating it. Referees getting together. What do we do here?
Because was it the shot clock correct is why they should have been reset to 35.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they put a 20 up. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so
there's no way they wasted 15 seconds trying to get the ball up the court. That would be, first of all, a turnover. So Huntemer will inbound near sideline in front of his own bench. He gets it to Johnson, back to Huntemer across the timeline. Huntemer dribbles and hands off to Bauer on the right wing. He'll dribble into the backcourt now and go left side for McCarty. McCarty goes to Tetzloff in the post. Dribbles, turnaround jump hook is going to be no good, too strong. Good look, though. Bobcats need to keep with it. Sissy up on the other end. Goes in the corner for Mooney, who had to save it. Almost got out of bounds. Left wing Caleb, who dribbles into the lane and puts it up. Power dribble, right-handed jump shot is going to go over McCarty. 10-point lead for O'Gorman, largest of the night. 50 seconds to play. McCarty into the lane, spin move, takes it up strong, no good, too strong, and the rebound comes down for Clark. Out ahead to Mooney. Mooney on the wing, backs off, goes in the backcourt for Caleb. Caleb inside out dribble, goes left wing now for Bjorkman. He dribbles to the corner, picks up the dribble as Bjorkman goes in the backcourt for Caleb. About a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. We've got 15 on the shot clock. Left corner, Mooney pump fakes, dribbles baseline, takes it up and lays it in as he had a wide open drive after he got McCarty to fall for the pump fake. Shot clock is off. Bobcats trail by 12. Johnson across the timeline, picks it up, goes cross court for McCarty on the hash. McCarty dribbles into the lane, picks it up, goes right wing. Bauer going to hoist a 3. No good. Rebounded by Bjorkman, and that's going to do it for the first half. 12-point lead for O'Gorman at the break, 34-22. We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll have your halftime stats, and we'll talk about the goings-on in the first half when we come back with your halftime in 4 minutes. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in South Dakota did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in South Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in South Dakota, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship. High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in South Dakota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? South Dakota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do South Dakota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare South Dakota's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
More and more these days, it feels like sports are losing out to hype. Who dissed who? Who signed the fattest contract? Who got busted for cheating? Lost too is the unique capacity sports have to inspire us, to unite us. Well, great news, sports fans. Sports are still being played for the right reasons. They're still as entertaining as they are character building. You just have to know where to find it. And you only have to look as far as your local South Dakota high school. You know, the place where the games are exciting, concessions are affordable, and the parking is free. Where the emphasis is on hustle and heart instead of hype. If you prefer real, honest-to-goodness sport played for all the right reasons, you'll find it at your hometown high school. High school sports. Games are being played this weekend at a South Dakota high school near you. Okay, everybody, who's in?
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical South Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important too. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in South Dakota did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Doing a great job.
Always.
Technical issues sometimes, and sometimes it's just inexplicable. And you just got to wait and try it again. Sort of what happened tonight on the way in. Yeah.
Tell that to my first graders all the time. Patience.
I'm sure it's well received.
After about the 37th time it is.
So that exercises your patience.
Oh yeah,
for sure. All right. Start of the second quarter. It's Bobcats ball inbound to Kaler, who has to chase it down underneath the hoop of the O'Gorman Knights, and he'll bring it back across the timeline. Dribbling to the right wing. It's in the backcourt for Huntemer. He'll swing it left side in the corner. McCarty left open from three, gonna shoot, no good. Rebound tip, grabbed by Tetzloff, now tipped away, and coming away with it is Jackson Bjorkman. I didn't see who got a hand on it. It's Caleb Terveen to Clark, to Caleb, back to Clark. We'll go in the lane, and it's a drop-off pass. After he got it in the lane, he was trying to get it to Austin Terveen, and he'll be fouled. Austin was. So he went up for the shot. One on Bauer. It's going to be his first. So all five starters for the Bobcats with a one foul. And all 5 for the O'Gorman Knights with at least 1, with the exception of Clark. He doesn't have any, but there's 2 on Lent. First free throw is good for Caleb. He's got 11 to lead all scorers in the game. It's a 13-point lead for O'Gorman. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction. Caleb Terveen, the second leading scorer on the team. We're going to get an over-the-line violation by the shooter, Caleb Terveen. The free throw went, but it will not count. He's the second leading scorer on the team behind Austin Terveen, his twin brother, who has 13, who averages 13, rather. We'll see full court pressure here. Kaler goes up ahead to Hunnemer, who's across the timeline. Down in the corner for Bauer, in the lane for McCarty, who dribbles and hangs in the air, no good on the shot. The rebound on the stick back is good from straight away off the board for Tetzloff, and he's fouled. Big bucket for the Bobcats, and chance to cut it to 10. Bobcats have been doing it by 3s tonight. 3 for Drew Johnson, 1 for McCarty, 1 for Hunnemer, and now an old-fashioned 3-point play for Tetzloff cuts it to 10. Tetzloff has 7. It's 35-25. Clark goes left wing for Austin. Back to Clark. Dribble now. Goes right side for Caleb. Down on the corner for Austin. Austin back to Caleb. On the lane. Jab steps. Dribbles into the lane. Into traffic. Kicks it up. Strong. Left it short though. Wanted a foul. Didn't get it. Tetzloff at the board. Gives it off for McCarty. And now McCarty will travel as another good defensive play by Terveen. This one by Caleb. Got in front of Austin, or rather McCarty, and made him take an extra step. Cut him off.
That pressure, we saw it too first half. Bauer had one of the rebounds, and Terveen just kind of sneaks up on you. We saw it there. One of those things where Brookings just kind of has to slow down a little bit, almost let everybody else kind of clear out. Because, again, you get the stop on defense, but then you turn it over right away on offense.
Right wing, Caleb goes in the lane for Bjorkman. He has a power dribble and an easy bucket on the right side. It's Jackson Bjorkman. 12-point lead. They get it to Hunnemer. Now to Kaler to bring it across the timeline. They break the press. Right wing to Hunnemer. Holds, looks, goes cross-court left wing for McCarty. McCarty dribbles to the free throw line, loses the ball, regains it, leaves it for Bauer. Bauer now loses it out of bounds, and another sloppy possession for the Bobcats. They turn it back over. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Mason Clark starting things off for O'Gorman out top, left wing for Caleb, down in the corner for Austin. Back out to Caleb. He's going to put up a deep 3. No good. Long rebound, tracked down by Kaler. Kaler brings it across, dribbles all the way into the lane, takes it up strong, and I think it's going to be a goaltending call as he put it up, and I don't think he needed to do anything about that. That was just Lent trying to show off his jumping ability. So a bucket for Kaler, and just couldn't really tell if that was going to go in or not. Kind of a
tough shot by Kaler, again, aggressive, but definitely, like you said, probably didn't need to jump up and hit that, but nonetheless, easy 2 points, I guess, for John.
They'll take it. Right wing, Austin goes in the post for Bjorkman. He dribbles, pivots, leaves on the baseline now for Caleb. Caleb dribbles out on the lane to the elbow, drops it back door, and found his man Lent, but Lent couldn't handle it, out of bounds. Back over to the Bobcats. Good pass by Terveen, and Lent just let it slip through his fingers. Full court pressure. Kaler right side with a dribble, picks it up, goes to McCarty. McCarty back to Kaler. Kaler dribbles across the timeline. He goes to Tetzloff on the hash, down in the corner. Hunnemer for 3. No good. Rebounded by Clark, and he's pressing it up. 2-on-1. He takes it in the lane, drops it off for Austin Terveen, who has an easy bucket. Fast break points again for O'Gorman. Stretches the lead back out to 12, 39-27. Tetzloff out ahead to Hunnemer, who takes it into the underneath the hoop. A reverse layup, lost the ball on the way up. Rebound is fought for and saved in by Bjorkman to Austin. Back to Bjorkman to Austin. Austin must have dribbled. I didn't catch it. He just needed to get the ball back. And we're going to carry out top. And the ball will go back over to Brookings. Dutt back in for O'Gorman. Sitting down going to be John Lent. Young Dutt scored well here. He's got 8 points, and they all came in the second quarter. He had a lot of steals and easy buckets in the lane. I think 6 of the 8 came on layups and 1 a dunk.
Yep. Easy slam. I remember that.
Inside 5 to go, third quarter. McCarty gets it in for Johnson. Johnson Double team, picks it up, and he goes ahead to Tetzloff, who goes over the timeline for McCarty, and he's unable to chase it down in the corner as it goes out of bounds. And back over to the O'Gorman Knights. Turnovers continue to haunt the Bobcats. Let's say thanks to Bose Construction, sponsor of high school sports here. Dutt will inbound to Clark. Clark will jog it up for O'Gorman. At 1-2-2 zone. There's right wing for Sissy. Back in the backcourt. Now top of the key for Clark. Swings it left wing for Caleb. He goes in the backcourt for Sissy. Left wing pass, Dutt. Dutt dribbles to the elbow. Backs off now. Picks it up. Goes left wing for Clark, who's going to hoist. No good. Rebounded by Tetzloff. Saves it in for Hunnemer. Hunnemer goes up ahead for Johnson. Johnson on the left wing. Goes cross court right side. McCarty going to step into a three. No good. Short. Bobcats not shooting as well from the outside in the third quarter as they did in the first half. Sissy quickly up to the other end. Dribbles into the front court. Leaves on the wing for Dutt. Dutt crosses over to the elbow in the lane. And going to split the double team. And he's going to get the foul call before the pass into the corner. It's going to go on Tetzloff. That'll be his second. He had one early. He's done a good job, knock on wood, of staying out of foul trouble. It's been a long time since he picked up that first one. 4:08 to go, third quarter. They get it into Dutt in the corner. Dutt left open, dribbles baseline, loses the ball out of bounds off his knee, and over to Brookings. Dutt saying, I lost it off of the knee of Bauer, but the referee said, no, Brookings ball. I actually thought that's what happened as well. But the Bobcats get the ball back.
Dutt obviously thought that too, because you saw he was underneath waiting for the ball from the ref until he had to say, you're on defense.
Yeah. Johnson gets it across the timeline as they break the press, gives it to Bauer in the backcourt. It seemed like Dutt was like, obviously I'm taking the ball out. Left wing, they go to Johnson in the post to Tetzloff. Dribbles, spins, takes it up, and he'll be fouled as he went up. That's going to go against Bjorkman. That'll be his third. So Jackson Bjorkman with 3 fouls now. Tetzloff to the line. He's got 7 points and 7 rebounds. Working on a possible double-double here. Couple subs waiting at the scorer's table. Tayton Mooney and John Lent, both set to come back in. First free throw, no good for Tetzloff. He struggled from the line tonight. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here. Tetzloff's second one, and this trip goes. That's a 2-11. He's got 8 now and 7 rebounds. Sissy, right wing, goes for Mooney. Back to Sissy. He'll look to swing it left wing. He does for Caleb. Caleb dribbles baseline, loses the ball out of bounds. Is going to say it was swiped away from behind as Bauer got behind on defense and just caught up and tipped it away from behind. Mooney will inbound. Right baseline. He's going to go in the backcourt. Dangerous pass. Sissy comes up with it. Dribbles into the front court. 17-foot jumper. No good. Rebounded by Lent. Lent, double team now. Leaves in the lane for Sissy, who takes it up strong and doesn't get the shot to go, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. Foul's going to go on Bauer, and that'll be his second. Third of the quarter for Brookings. They trail by 11. At the line, Camden Sissy. First free throw in and out, no good for Camden. That's his first missed free throw of the season right there for Camden. I want to say thanks to Kubota, Farmers Implement, for being a sponsor of high school sports here. And he misses them both. Big break for the Bobcats. They still trail by just 11. They can cut it into single digits here. 3:20 to play, third quarter. Bauer, the backcourt. Goes top of the key, dribbles right wing between the legs, back to the top of the key, bounces it left wing now for Hunnemer. Hunnemer looking to get it into Tetzloff. Now goes cross court to Johnson in the corner, into Bauer above the right block. It's a tipped away from behind, regains possession. In the corner, Hunnemer for 3, no good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Sissy. Sissy up the other end quick, right wing, into the lane now, picks it up, goes top of the key. Dutt gonna step into a 3, no good, and rebound by Bauer. Bauer dribbling it up against Sissy. 2:45 to go, third quarter. Bobcats trail by 11. They've got the basketball. Left wing pass Johnson. Goes in for Tetzloff. Tipped away by Lent, and now coming away with it is Sissy. Sissy quickly up on the other end. We we've got a coach's warning.
But it's kind of a...
I don't think he stopped play for that.
I was going to say, you could hear the O'Gorman crowd upset, and rightfully so. He had a breakaway layup sissy, and we've seen how quick he is. I mean, if I had to guess, probably would have laid it in pretty easy. I feel like that's something you wait until the play is over, and then you can stop the game, but it's not a bad idea to...
It'd be weird if he had to give the other coach a warning now because he's complaining about the warning on the other coach. Dutt dribbles in, baseline, powers it in, and puts it up and in. Off the board, it rolled around and dropped. Now we've got a technical foul by Dutt. I didn't see what he did. Did he taunt?
Made the bucket. He gave Brody a look, and yeah, I just did one of those things. I mean, it was a clear taunt. It was, but again, it's one of those things where it's just high school sports. I mean, it wasn't anything where I thought crossing the line. He looked at him, kind of shrugged his shoulders a little bit.
Did the muscle move? Yeah,
kind of the muscle move.
Yeah,
kind of
too
saying,
strong
like,
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, but no ref saw it, and again, it was a clear taunt. It's just unfortunate that just a quick technical. I mean, it is what they're high school sports. They're kids.
Brody McCarty misses the first of 2 technical foul free throws. Bobcats needed these, and they'll get the ball after the second one as well, as the lane is clear. Second free throw from McCarty, knocks it down, makes it a 12-point game with 2:29 to go. Dutt now on the bench as quickly Coach Roby said, all right, we're just going to sit you over here for a bit. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets, high school sports here, sponsor of high school sports. They get it into Bauer. Bauer crosses the timeline, inside 2.5 to go here. Bauer dribbles down the left side of the lane, takes it up strong. He's going to get the blocking foul call. It's going to go against Mooney. That'll be his second. He's going to be on the shot. So to the line for 2 goes Jace Bauer. He's been aggressive this season. He's played well in Yankton. He is looking for his first point of the night, and he gets it on the first free throw. Bauer, an 86% free throw shooter on the season, and averages just over 6 points per game, just under 6.5 actually. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Austin Turbine. Out ahead, they get it to Mooney. In the backcourt to Sissy. Back right wing for Caleb. Caleb dribbles into traffic, and he's going to get the foul call. Referee's starting to call it tight in here. Now here after a coach's warning and a technical foul. Make sure they don't lose control. So that is going to be on Tetzloff. Yeah,
that's
a tough one.
Much he can do. He's just kind of standing in the
there.
middle of that, like you said, 1-2-2 zone, big body. Guys just kind of go into him. And when you run into a guy his size, you're the one that looks like you kind of flail a little bit, and it's almost an easy call for the ref.
And you get the pass to Lent, who takes it up strong. He'll be fouled after a nice pass from Austin Turbine, and on the rebound we get a foul against O'Gorman. It's going to go against Caleb Turbine, his second. I think that was the fifth. So we're in the bonus, We head down to the other end and shoot some free throws. It's going to be Jones Hunnemer at the stripe. Jones has 3. He knocked down a 3 in that first half. He's got 2 assists and a rebound as well. Could cut into an 11-point lead. If he hits them both, it would be single digits again, and he misses. Bobcats have had several chances to get it under 10, and they're unable to do so. Taylor
12 from the line.
Yeah, shooting better from the 3-point line. Kaler back in and sitting down as Tetzloff. Want to say thanks to Bauer Services for being a fine sponsor of high school sports. Second free throw for Hunnemer is good. He's got 4, and he cuts the lead to 10. Mooney will bring it up for O'Gorman. Passes right wing for Austin. Austin dribbles, goes back to Mooney. Left wing Sissy. Back to Mooney. Mooney in the corner for Austin. Looks inside, nothing there. He's going to dribble. Goes in the backcourt for Mooney. Mooney goes in the lane, and I think it was an errant pass, but Lent comes up with it. Shot is no good. Left it short, and on the rebound of the putback, Lent gets it to go. And he's got 4 and 6 rebounds now, and it's back to a 12-point lead. A minute and a half to go, third quarter. Bauer in the corner. Behind the back against Lent, into the lane. Pump fakes, takes it up, gets it swiped away, maybe kicked away by Mooney. And we'll stay with the Bobcats. 23 to shoot. Taken out underneath. McCarty, right side. A little something on the ball. One of our referees wiping it on his shirt. Hopefully that took care of it. McCarty, set to inbound. Looks in. He's going to go in the corner for Johnson. Johnson faces up. Dribbles out onto the wing. Passes left corner. McCarty left open. Going to hoist and knock down a three. The Bobcats needed it. That breaks them over the hump. Finally getting in under 10 here in the third quarter. 43-34. A minute 10 to play. Left corner, Caleb. In the backcourt, Sissy. Swings it right wing for Austin. Austin dribbles, goes left wing for Sissy. Sissy goes right wing now for Mooney. Going to hoist a three from 23 feet. No good. Rebounded by Austin. He'll dribble it back out and reset. Fresh shot clock for O'Gorman. About a 20-second differential. They get they pass it in the baseline, and traveling at least once was Caleb Terveen. He'll turn it over. It's only one turnover. It's only one possession for the Bobcats.
But those are the ones that great defense. Again, they gave up offensive rebound, but now you have to capitalize off it. I think we've seen it so far through the first half in this quarter. They've caused a lot of turnovers, but then they turn it over right away themselves. So a big opportunity here to cut into the 9-point lead.
Taylor above the left block. He dribbles, gets the ball tipped away out of bounds. Last touched, I believe, by Sissy of O'Gorman. It will stay on Brookings' end. Inbounding underneath will be McCarty, left side. O'Gorman's crowd, and bench, very vocal. We're getting an offensive foul on the inbound. It's going to go against Bauer. That's going to be his third. So that puts him in the bonus, but it's an offensive foul, so we won't shoot free throws. O'Gorman just gets the ball. There's O'Gorman crowd, and they're into the game, and they're very vocal, giving a lot of instructions to the referees. Is that what we would call them?
Helping out, trying to help out.
No shot clock right now. We've got 15 on the game clock in the third quarter here. Out top, near the circle is Mooney. Or rather, that's Clark, excuse me. Dribbling against Bauer. Into the lane, goes baseline. Sissy can't handle it. Now it's in the lane, and picking it up is going to be Caleb Terveen. And he's going to be fouled as he went up. I think that's going to be 4 on Jace. He's in there at the end with that third foul, picks up his fourth quick one with 3.4 to go. So to the line goes Caleb Terveen, 67% free throw shooter. And he makes that one as it rattles around and drops. It's back to a 10-point game. We've got 3.4 to play here in the third quarter. Second free throw for Terveen goes. So Caleb. And quick inbound stolen by Caleb. He's going to step into a three on the right wing. No good. The Bobcats dodge a bullet at the end of the quarter two ways. It's a missed three, and Jace didn't get called for a foul on the rebound. That would have been two quick ones, and that would have been his fifth. But he'll start the fourth quarter with 5. We'll start the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. When we return, Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Start of the fourth quarter, O'Gorman's ball. And they get it into Clark to start things off. Left wing he goes for Caleb. Down in the corner, a three is up and no good for Austin. Weak side rebound is grabbed by Lent. He goes out on the backcourt for Clark. Now to Austin, who dribbled down the center of the lane. He's going to get fouled out top on the drive. Let's see who they get that one on. It's going to go on Kaler. Be the second on Kaler. They start the fourth quarter with number 5 on the bench, Jace Bauer, with those 4 fouls. Getting in the corner for Bjorkman, left wing. And we're going to get an offensive foul, an illegal pick, as an open look for Caleb Terveen was because of an illegal pick. I believe it's going to go on John Lent. That'll be his third. First of the quarter for O'Gorman. So McCarty will inbound for the Bobcats. He gets it into Kaler. Kaler dribbles. Gonna pass around a double team to McCarty across the timeline to Johnson. Johnson left open. Right wing, a three is gonna roll in. Hit the rim, hit the backboard, and went through. His fourth three of the game. He's got a dozen. His first one since the first quarter. And he cuts the lead to 8. Left wing. Caleb is going to pump fake, goes to Clark, top of the key. Right wing now, Austin, pump fakes. He's going to jab step, dribbles, goes top of the key for Clark. Clark tried to pass it, lost it, goes in the corner, and left open from 3 is Caleb. Rebound on the weak side is tipped away from Bjorkman and out of bounds. Last touched by Drew Johnson. It stays with the Knights.
And again, Brookings obviously staying in the zone. They've done a good job of it. O'Gorman, 2 of 18 from 3, so ice cold, but also 9 offensive rebounds. And it's tough when you're in that 1-2-2 zone. Shots go up. You don't have anybody to box out. You kind of just have an area, but we've seen O'Gorman crash the boards. Brookings has to do a better job because it leads to them second, third chance points for O'Gorman like we saw right there.
Turnaround jumper inside the left block, goes over Tetzloff by length. Pass up ahead is stolen away by Caleb, who takes it up to the other end. He gets it swiped away on the way up and out of bounds. It stays with O'Gorman. Caleb Trevine, or rather Austin Trevine, wanted a foul call and will not get it. So 10 points the lead by O'Gorman. They've got the basketball. I want to say thanks to Bauer Services, being a sponsor of high school sports here. We get it into Bjorkman, who's going to take a power step and an extra little shuffle. He goes back over to the Brookings Bobcats. And now the warning for Coach Roby. A warning for each coach now on the night.
He's probably got a few of those in 39 years of
I
coaching,
would
you think?
imagine.
I doubt that's not his first.
Just judging by the intensity he exudes while coaching, I would say. Kaler will dribble, right side, hesitation. He goes back to McCarty. McCarty up ahead to Tetzloff, across the timeline to Johnson. They break the press. Johnson, left wing, thought about the 3, thought better of it, then thought about it again. Shoots, short, no good, rebound, and a power dribble, and the putback is good for Tetzloff, and he's fouled. That'll be 3 on Caleb Trevine, and the basket counts. It cuts it to 8, 47-39, and at the line, Tetzloff, who has struggled from the stripe tonight. 71% free throw shooter on the season and struggled tonight. That one rolls around and no good. Remains an 8-point game. We make about 3 or 4 more free throws. We've got ourselves a really close game. Right wing to Austin. Top of the key, Clark. Left wing, Caleb. Back to Austin. Right side to Austin. Back to Clark, left wing. Dribbles into the front court all the way to the hoop and gets it to scoop in with the left hand. Kind of a Euro step and threw it up off the board. Taylor goes all the way across the timeline to Tetzloff, up ahead to Johnson in the lane, takes a power dribble. He'll be fouled. That's going to be 4. Number 20, John Lent, with 5:59 to play. To the line for a couple goes Drew Johnson. Johnson, as well as he shoots from the outside, just a 50% free throw shooter, so he'll look to improve upon that as we roll through the season here. Lent will check out. Looks like Nyan Dutt going to check back in after getting that technical foul earlier. Free throw is good for Drew Johnson. Cuts it back to 9. So Lent sits down with those 4. Dutt back in there. 3 fouls for Caleb Trevine as well for O'Gorman. 3 for Jackson Bjorkman also. Second free throw for Johnson is good. Having himself a night. He's got 14. And he has the Bobcats back to within 8. Inside 6 to play. Right baseline. Austin pulls up from 16 on the baseline. Soft jumper goes over the top of the outstretched arm of McCarty. Back to a 10-point lead. He's got 13 to lead the O'Gorman Knights. Left wing Bauer goes in to Tetzloff. Power dribble, pump fakes, steps through, puts it up and in. Easy bucket for Tetzloff. He's got a dozen. It's back down to 8. Left corner, Caleb dribbling baseline, gets a shut off by Bauer. Pass in the backcourt to Clark, top of the key now. As Bjorkman takes it strong to the basket, he'll be fouled. Get a call from the referee, whether it was on the drive or the shot. It's going to go on Brody McCarty. The second, it's on the shot. It's the second of the quarter for the Bobcats as well. To the line for a couple goes Jackson Bjorkman. First one is good. It rolls around and drops. 9 points now for Bjorkman. We can get into double digits with this next one. 67% free throw shooter on the year, and he hits them both here. Want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance being a fine sponsor. Tetzloff receives the pass over the half-court stripe, dribbles on the wing, hands off in the corner for Hunnemer, who picks up the dribble now. In the backcourt to Johnson. Johnson holds, dribbles now. Dribbles to the left wing, picks it up, goes in the corner for McCarty. McCarty lobs it in for Tetzloff. Tetzloff dribbles, and a little pivot move, and another jump hook. Patient move by Tetzloff, gets it to go. He's got 14. Back to an 8-point game. Bobcats starting to figure out the inside game here. Left wing dot pump fakes, dribbles in the front court, kicks it in the corner. Bjorkman knocks down the tray from the corner, and it's an 11-point game. A quick timeout by head coach Derek Roby from the O'Gorman bench. It's a full timeout of 60. We'll take 30 of it with them. The Bobcats trail by 11. It'll be Brookings ball when we come back. 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. From Brookings High School, Bob Jostad Gym, the Dallas Cole broadcast booth, along with Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine, and the Bobcats keep hanging around, still within 11 after that tray by Bjorkman for O'Gorman. It'll be Brookings ball out of the timeout.
And then, like you mentioned, they're doing an excellent job of getting it down low to Tetzloff, who's done a much better job also this half converting on some of those layups. Like you mentioned, he's up to 10 here in the second half alone. So Brookings going to have to continue to look down low, but also guys are going to have to keep shooting. You know, Drew Johnson's been lights out tonight. He's a guy that has to continue to shoot because getting down 11, still got plenty of time. 4:45 left here in the fourth.
Tetzloff, along with the 14 points, has 8 rebounds. Hunnemer will bring it up against Austin Terveen. Dribbles to the right wing, now to the corner, and leaves for McCarty, who's going to hoist a 3. No good off the front of the rim. Looks like a set play there. And now bringing it up is going to be Mason Clark. Down on the corner for Austin. Dribbles, goes out on the wing for Clark. Top the key, Bjorkman. Left wing, Dutt, going to hoist a 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Bauer back in there with those 4 fouls. It's going to be guarded by Caleb. He's going to cross over. Make sure he gets rid of the ball for the 5-second call. Hands off right wing now for Hunnemer. Dribbles top the key. Hands off for McCarty. Back to Hunnemer. He's going to look to the post. Gets it into Tetzloff. Tetzloff goes out. Right wing McCarty pump fakes. Dribbles in the lane. And made the shot a little more difficult maybe than it needed to be. He scooped it with the left hand. And no good. Rebounded by O'Gorman. And on the other end, to get it blocked at the backboard. Against the backboard by Tetzloff does Caleb Terveen. And the Bobcats have it back. Drew Johnson down in the corner for McCarty. McCarty looking in the post, nothing there. He'll try to dribble baseline, loses the ball, regains possession. He does step on the sideline, try to dribble in tight quarters there. Guarded by Dutt, and just steps on the sideline, trying to regain possession. Mooney back in for O'Gorman, sitting down Caleb Terveen. Bobcats trail by 11, 3:35 to go in the ball game. Want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson for being a sponsor here. High school sports, right wing. Austin goes in the backcourt now for Clark. Back to Austin in the corner. And a dribble baseline. Gets himself caught under the hoop and puts it up awkwardly. No good. Rebounded by Tetzloff, his 9th. One more for a double-double. Pass in the backcourt for Johnson is stolen away by Mooney. Quickly to the other end. He puts it up and in. And another easy giveaway and bucket by the Bobcats from the Knights. A pass up ahead as Mooney jumps out of bounds and saved it in without hitting the floor. And the Gorman Knights have it back. Turnovers hurting the Bobcats down the stretch here. Inside 3 to play, and it's a 13-point game. Gorman try to run some clock here. Right hash pass to Austin in the backcourt for Clark, guarded by Tetzloff. in the lane. He gets the ball tipped away. Now stolen. Tetzloff goes to the floor, gets it to McCarty, up ahead to Johnson. Now Johnson in the lane, takes it up and puts it in with the left hand over Mooney. Nice job by Drew Johnson. We've got a timeout on the floor by the Bobcats. We'll take 30 of it with them. They trail by 11. And we've got 2:32 to go. Back in 30 seconds, Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. With that bucket, Drew Johnson leads the way for the Bobcats with 16 points. I think he leads the way in the game with 16 points. And right behind him is Tetzloff with 14 points and 9 rebounds. 13 apiece for Austin Terveen and Jackson Bjorkman for O'Gorman. To the leaders for the Knights. Out of the timeout, it will be O'Gorman ball off of the bucket by Drew Johnson. Full court pressure now by the Bobcats drawn up. First time they've done that really all night. Dutt to inbound. Gets it in to Clark. Back to Dutt. Up ahead now to Austin Terveen. Goes cross court to Clark. Clark dribbles across the timeline. In front of the backcourt rather, top of the key, now backs off, goes left side for Mooney. Mooney gets a pick, dribbles top of the key, goes left wing for Bjorkman. Bjorkman goes in the backcourt for Austin. To Clark, left wing Dutt. Dutt dribbles in the lane, got the ball tipped away by Kaler, now Tetzloff has it. Tetzloff quickly to the other end, gets it stolen away by Clark. Clark on the other end now. Taking it into the lane, takes it up strong, gets the shot to go. Lays it in, and it's a 13-point lead. Bauer pass across the timeline for Kaler. Kaler picks it up. Goes left wing for Bauer. Bauer dribbles. Gives off for Johnson. Left side McCarty in the post for Tetzloff. Dribbles. Step through move. Didn't get the foul call, and he gets his own rebound. Loses the ball. Goes in the corner. Bauer going to hoist a three. No good, and the rebound is tapped by Bjorkman, now grabbed by Dutt, up ahead to Mooney. Mooney in the lane, and too strong on the shot, put back by Dutt, no good, rebounded by Kaler. Out ahead to Johnson. Johnson going to pull up from the left wing on three, and knock one down, big bucket for the Bobcats, cuts it to 10 with 1:13 to go. Big turn of events there, looked like the O'Gorman Knights were going to have an easy bucket. They can't convert, and the Bobcats hit a three. 5-point turnaround. Timeout on the floor. We will keep it right here. We've got 1:13 to go. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here. So the Bobcats hanging out just on about striking distance with 1:13 to go. Need to obviously try to create some turnovers and create some more possessions.
Exactly, yeah. See if you can get some of those turnovers on that full court press. Only with 2 team fouls as well, so you're going to have to start going for some steals. Worst case, you send O'Gorman to the line and they're 7 of 10, so yes, they're able to make those free throws, but still, you're going to have to start fouling a little bit with 3 to give, and then when you do get it, you're going to have to look to shoot. And again, Drew Johnson's the guy you're going to want to be looking to shoot here in this final minute. Again, he's got 19 points. He had just hit his 5th three of the night, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc.
He's having a good night. 19 points, 2 assists. And those 3 were big, cutting it to 10 here. Full court pressure by the Bobcats. Doug gets it inbounds to Mebius. Mebius gets his pass tipped, and now tipped away from McCarty, and Clark comes up with it. Big break for the Knights there. Bobcats almost come up with a turnover. Mebius left side in the backcourt. Right side for Mooney. Mooney guarded by Tetzloff. Tetzloff got to be careful not to pick up his 4th. They get the ball inbound in the lane, and it's put up and in, and it will count. I believe there was a foul. I thought they were just going to say it was goaltending because Tetzloff hands were all up in the rim in the net. But he fouled him as well, and he got the shot to go. Did Bjorkman. He's got 15 now to lead O'Gorman. And the free throw is good. 13-point game, inside a minute to go here. Bobcats have it. Kaler, right wing in the backcourt, dribbles to the top of the key, picks it up, and dead ball. And he's going to have to get rid of it. Finally gets it right wing for Johnson, who's going to put up a deep three. Rattles another one, and he's got 22. Cuts it back to 10. The Bobcats is having a hard time coming up with stops. That's going to be the 4th on Tetzlaff. It might be the 5th. I don't think they put that last one up for Tetzlaff. That should be 5. He fouled on the previous possession. He already had 3. It should be 5. I think we've got a problem in the scorebook, but it's probably not going to make a difference. Dutt gets it out ahead to Mooney. Mooney is going to be fouled by Kaler in the backcourt. Mooney will go to the line to shoot free throws. I believe that puts him in the bonus. It does. Mooney, a 50% free throw shooter, so not a bad guy to put at the line if you're the Bobcats with 28.4 to go. Mooney's first one, no good off the back of the rim. Just got to box out and make sure you get the rebound on the miss here. Second free throw is good. Back to an 11-point game. Hunnemer will get it in to Kaler. Kaler quickly up to the other end. Dribbles into the lane, picks it up, goes left wing. 3 for McCarty, goes, and he's fouled. A mistake by the Knights, exactly what you can't do. Don't want to foul at all. Certainly don't want to foul a jump shooter from 23 feet away. McCarty got it to go, and it counts. Big 4-point play attempt for McCarty. Could cut it to 7 with 20.8 to go. Just a couple more stops down the stretch. This game could look very different for the Bobcats. So McCarty at the stripe. He's got 13. He misses the free throw. Rebounded by Bjorkman. He is double teamed, and he's going to be fouled. So it's going to go on to Hunnemer. That'll be his 3rd. If that had been on Tetzlaff, that would have technically been a 6th. The old NBA. So to the line goes Bjorkman. He's leading scorer for the O'Gorman Knights with 16. He's got 9 rebounds as well. And the first free throw rolls around and drops. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports here, the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Second free throw is good as well. They get it into Hunnemer. 15 to play. Hunnemer. Dribble, he picks it up, goes to Kaler on the wing. Kaler dribbles to the free throw line. Gonna fall away from 15, no good. Rebound is tapped away from Hunnemer in the corner. And we're going to O'Gorman. Clearly got knocked away from Hunnemer. Should have been Brookings' ball, not that it would have mattered. So the final's gonna be 66 to 56. So a hard-fought game for the Bobcats, stuck around with a good team who, by the way, beat T in their previous game. And that's who Bobcats struggled with last night, but this one was much closer. They were in it throughout. We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll have your stats. When we come back, we'll give our thoughts on the game, and we'll continue through the post-game. We'll give our players of the game, as well, before we close up shop here. Bobcats fall to 0-5 on the season. The O'Gorman Knights improved to 4-2. We'll be back